All right, we are live from Las Vegas, Nevada, which is it's hot out there. Is one thing I noticed.
Yes, it is.
We set up a little makeshift recording spot right in the middle of the parade of people entering a casino. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's
What could go wrong?
what could go wrong? Yeah. So if you hear ambient noise, and some of it might be a little wild, yeah, just understand that's where we are. The context is important. But I'm joined today with a man who takes no risks, does not gamble.
No.
And we're all grateful because the code is better for it. The one, the only, the amazing, the inimitable Spencer Gibb. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. It's actually been pretty good. Get to chat with a lot of invested users.
I love that. Yeah. If you're here,
Yes.
braving the heat,
Yes.
that shows a commitment that you just can't muster at a 7-Eleven. And believe me, I've tried.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, do you use Spring? And they're like, no. And so
And not,
zero interest.
And not from like these are huge organizations. Like at one point someone was like, your stuff, Spring, touches billions because we use it.
Thank you.
Credit card company.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, right?
We saw somebody. I did a talk with Rob Winch, and we were excited. We like Spring Security. Obviously, he's the lead of Spring Security, and I'm one of his biggest fans. And so you don't have to tell us, But somebody at the end of the talk said, "Hey, we saw a version." He was talking about him and the other person with whom he was sat. We saw a version of this talk that you two just gave, which I didn't really appreciate him bringing it up, by the way. Like it would have been better if the audience thought it was a brand new talk and it was just awesome.
Yeah.
Naturally. But whatever. Anyway, the point is, after that little bit of a downer, he said we saw a version of that talk, and specifically the bit around password migration. And since then, we've migrated almost 20 million passwords.
Wow.
Yes.
That's impressive.
This is this stuff is out there, and if we do a good job, even in the small, it can have a ripple effect across a lot of people.
Yep.
So anyway, you're the lead of Spring Cloud.
Yep.
Spring Cloud, I mean, talk about scale. Talk about software you want to use at scale, right? That's the suite of software for that purpose, right? We are in SpringOne. What did you talk about?
Well, my talk was about API versioning.
Oh, like the new Spring Framework feature?
Yeah, the framework feature. There is integrations in Spring Cloud. We can get to those too, but just the way. So if you haven't talked about it on here before,
I think we did. I think Ryan and I talked a bit about it.
A little bit about it, but
always good to talk about it.
But our colleague Rasim Stoyanchev is brilliant.
Yeah, he is. Big fan.
Yeah, and the way he talked about the way he came up with a strategy to do versioning in Spring is super interesting because it allows you to gradually do it. Like you don't have to have versioning to start, and then you can do it endpoint to endpoint.
Endpoint to endpoint. So you can propagate the chain of like version requirements.
Well, so like, say you
what
have
is the feature actually? Wait, before you get
versioning an API, right? Version 1, version 1.1, version 2, whatever of a web API. Right?
So you're saying I've got. Now, again, this is not most of our users, surely not, but let's say for some of those other users that are coming to Spring from some other ecosystem where they don't have good discipline, and for whatever reason they've introduced a incompatible change. That's not our users. We know that they wouldn't do that.
Right. So when you need to introduce some change that isn't backwards compatible, you need some mechanism to handle that.
Right.
And typically it's having a new version, right?
Yeah.
So that like, what are you pointing at?
Say hello.
Hello.
In Portuguese.
Oh.
I expect they speak Portuguese. I don't know.
Oi, como estão vocês? Oh, he saw me at J Nation. Yeah. I did my intro in Portuguese, and then halfway through, I don't know what happened, and I lost my voice. It was weird. They were very, very accommodating, and I recovered. Anyway, J Nation is awesome. Coimbra, Portugal.
Yeah.
Where was I?
So
versioning, backwards compatible.
right?
So, like people like Roy Fielding say, don't.
Right. Dr. Roy Fielding,
Yes.
creator of the rest constraint,
author of HTTP, one of
right.
the authors. But that's not really the world we live in, right?
Right.
And so
Exactly.
Rawson came up with and there's been an open issue for years, support versioning, but how do you do that? And if you have the right tools, you can do it kind of gradually. And so he just introduced a very, very neat way to do API versioning in Framework that works in Webflux, works
Right.
in WebMVC, annotation-based, functional predicate,
right.
functional style in all of our new HTTP clients, so REST client, web client, HTTP exchange interfaces, all that works
right.
with versioning.
And that's just in Framework so far.
Yes.
But there's another layer.
So the next layer is Spring Boot.
Right.
So Spring Boot auto configures versioning based on properties that you set in your config file. So there is where you pick, you get kind of a choice of styles. You either get path versioning or some combination of header query parameter or media type
right.
parameter. You can pick any or all or some combination of those.
I love it.
You set those up in your properties, and then you can start adding versioning to your. And the reason I say it's endpoint by endpoint, because if you have 5 controllers with dozens or tens of endpoints in your API, but one of them is going to needs a backwards incompatible change.
Yeah.
You only have to add the one, right? And then so you can evolve as you change the individual interfaces or the individual endpoints.
Right.
You can gradually, and we have a neat little syntax that allows you to do a range.
I see.
So if you have version 1.1, but it really works for 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5, you can just do 1.1 plus.
Right. But how do you do like a up until version 2 or something?
Well,
can you do the
then when
bracket?
you get to number 2, no, what you do is when you add a version 2,
right,
that will start.
Okay.
It just knows to go to that one.
Everything up until the point where there's something newer. Okay.
Yeah, it automatically selects the highest compatible version based on the version that you sent.
I love that.
So if you sent version 1.8, it would pick the 1.1.
Yeah.
Or if you set version 2.1, it would use the 2.0 version.
See, this is the kind of stuff. This is so useful. I mean, but again, not for our users. I'm sure you don't have backwards incompatible changes.
Yeah.
Good, right? Good.
I'm going to migrate Spring Cloud Config Server to do this because we made a backwards incompatible change. But we controlled the client and the server, so it wasn't a big deal. But we wanted old clients to still work without having to upgrade. So we actually we use the media type parameter. So I want to switch Config Server to use Framework.
Oh, so good.
Versioning. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Right now we have, hand-rolled craft API versioning instead of,
just built into the framework.
Yeah, built into the framework.
This is so useful. Yeah. There you go. Couldn't agree more. This kind of stuff is the kind of stuff where it's a small thing. I mean, in terms of in terms of implementation, it's not a small thing. But I mean, it just feels like whole worlds of opportunities open up.
So you could always do it, right? And somebody asked, we already have versioning.
Yeah.
What would we gain if we switch to Springs? And I told them some of that about individual endpoints and things, but then also like the error messages that Framework provides, because it will say, oh, this is a bad version, or we don't know this version, or those kinds of things. It has nice, pretty error messages.
It's consistent as well.
Yeah, you can set up custom validation if you wanted. You can do custom versioning, like by default, it's semantic, but you don't have to supply all 3 digits. It will imply .0 if you leave one of them off, or 2 of them.
Oh, see, this is
so you can
lots of fuzzy little use cases where you don't want to have to think about it, you don't have to get it right. We got Rawson. He did it for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, in my mind, you'd probably never really put the patch version in the API that you support. You do major or minor.
Right.
But then someone can send major minor patch and it goes to the right place automatically. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That kind of stuff is, again, and okay, I've already got uses for it. You just mentioned a great use case. You've got one API, and you want to, in the config client, config server, negotiate the right version of the API to dispatch. But now, one thing I've heard people say when I talk about this is, okay, but what if I have more than one API, or I want to do routing, or I've got a layer in before that? What's that look like?
So the new features that have come in Gateway are, there's two of them. I'll talk about the simple one first, is a version predicate. So we got that kind of for free because Rawson added it to the functional web interfaces, and the WebMVC gateway uses the WebMVC.fm Java DSL.
Right,
so
that's the servlet side though.
Yeah. So it just got the predicate. So I basically ported that predicate to the Webflux gateway. So now both of them have the same feature. You can route by predicate.
Wow.
Which is neat, which is fine, which is good.
Yeah.
But when I talk about, so a path is really, Rawson calls it a new thing, right?
It's Bob.
It's a new URL. Oh, Bob.
Bob.
Oh, Bob, one of our most favorite.
I love that guy.
I have the story, Bob, me and you and Barcelona. And,
oh, playing video games?
Yeah, till
so
wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yes.
Good times. Hi, Bob. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so that's good. But if you're doing header or query parameter, right, you're really accessing the same resource, just a slightly different version of it.
Yeah.
So Olga, you know Olga.
Olga, yeah,
she's
of course.
Brilliant on the Spring Cloud team.
Yep.
She's the lead of Spring Cloud Load Balancer.
Yeah.
So
and she works on the retry stuff, and she's been instrumental in helping get us the interface clients going, and
interface clients,
Spring Cloud contract,
AOT, Graal VM,
AOT stuff. She's a legend.
She is. So there's a pull request waiting to be merged for. So Gateway plugs into Load Balancer, right? Spring Cloud Discovery, and if you add version metadata to your registration when you register your instances, feature in Spring Cloud Load Balancer will now filter and pick instances based on
metadata in the discovery clients.
So the metadata
registered
in the service registry would be I support. It'd be like the attribute on the endpoint, right? And so this one will now be, and then send it however, header, parameter, whatever, and it will pick the right instance based on the version. That's I've never
end to end.
I don't know that I've ever heard of that anywhere.
No, brilliant though. And it's set once, and it scales out, and it's elegant by design. That kind of stuff I love, because the service registry knows about the ontology of your system. It knows about the services. It's like you can do so many things if you think in terms of what can this service registry do for me? What does it have? And
the fact that if you just add a little metadata, and then you just read the whole registry, and the pictures you could make with that metadata is crazy. Anyway, seriously. So that's coming in our next milestone. Didn't make it into this one, but
so when we talk about milestone, we're leading up to Spring Framework 7 and Spring Boot 4, both of which drop in November.
Yep.
Hopefully not on Thanksgiving, is it like it's been previous years?
No, I think it is.
Oh dear. And then and when do we think Spring Cloud will
set sail? Boot releases on Thursdays. We start the cloud releases on the Monday after.
Which is good, because it won't be Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
For you at least.
Yeah.
I hope it's not Thanksgiving. I thought they were going to push it back. Something. What is whatever? Don't quote us. Check calendar.spring.io. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been for the last 2 years. It's been. I mean, it's a year. I don't know. It's always like on Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh, some of us are trying to eat turkey. Yeah. I don't want to be blogging about something right on Thanksgiving, but whatever. Hey, we got a lot to be thankful for. That's all.
We do.
We do. Yeah. Do you like turkey?
I do.
Yeah. It's one of those things where hit or miss, but I like turkey. I need stuff and I need gravy, but I'm a fan.
Yep. What's Bob saying?
I'm thankful for Spring and their advocates. Oh, Bob. You're gonna make me melt.
Bob waving enthusiasm.
Yeah, even more. Even he says, I hope Vegas is a blast, and I would say it is like a furnace.
Like out of
blast.
furnace, yeah.
It was 110 when I got here, and it just dropped down.
109 when I got here the next day. Yeah.
Balmy 109 the next day. That's in Fahrenheit, by the way. Obviously in Celsius you'd just melt, but it's almost melting in Fahrenheit too. Yeah,
and freezing inside.
Freezing inside.
People.
Yeah,
for me, this is
he's
comfortable climate.
He's wearing 2 shirts. I've got a jacket around my waist, which I was wearing up until I got in the stream. Anyway, it's hot outside, but we've got Spencer here, so I feel very cool.
But my daughter's a drummer, so.
Oh, that must get annoying.
Yeah.
Like, does she like? Hold on, hold on. I'll be right back. Don't move. And she gets the sticks, and I just keep them around in my utility belt like Batman for bad jokes, you know.
Yeah.
Anywho's will be okay. So you got you've got spring class. So next Monday, the Monday after spring boot, typically.
Yep.
Okay.
We start. Typically, it takes us a while.
Yeah.
A day or two.
That's a big one. Like people don't realize we have a release train kind of thing going on. You know,
17 individual projects.
Yeah. It's a beautiful ballet.
Yes.
Of
it is.
deployments.
I mean, the complexity of spring, if you think about it too hard, it's a lot.
Well, it's just the build.
Yeah.
I mean, the projects work well together. It's just the
the release train from micrometer to spring cloud is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Getting things into Maven Central is a lot harder than you would believe.
Absolutely.
Especially at that scale.
Yep.
Do they ever send us hey, stop Denali servicing us because we're sending so many modules to them all at once? You know.
No, I think it. I mean, I would assume they like the traffic. It's the point. Their point of existence. So why not?
Yeah, that's true. No, they're pretty good. I like Maven Central and all that. What are some? That's a great point. The one must-attend session. We're bringing it in. Insensitive Claude. No, there's a lot. I mean, this is the last day of the show, right?
Yep. I think all the spring folks are done. Talks on security. Chris Bono did Spring gRPC.
Yeah, that was an awesome one.
Yep.
In the good, the great, the amazing Dr.
David Sire.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, there's a AI undercurrent,
obviously.
A theme, through line. So we had Dr. Pollock and I did the intro to Spring AI, looked ahead at the new AI agents, and then we did and then Dan Vega did the MCP deep dive, and then today Joe Granja took it all home and looked at implementing authorization for MCP services. It's
so I influenced another talk.
Yeah.
So Cora and Glenn did microservices and monoliths, compare and contrast.
Nice.
Very. You should see it. The kind of conclusion they come to is that.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, exactly. You can work them both together. There are things in Spring Cloud that you can use in a monolith, and if you needed to separate some piece off at some point as you scale, then you can start using other pieces of Spring Cloud to help you do that.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. I use both. I start my I'm going to
start as a module.
I start as modular, but even there, I'm using Spring Cloud config server.
Yep.
Right. I can't imagine doing anything interesting without that, or Spring Cloud Vault or whatever. I mean, there's just
whatever you're using.
There's pieces there, and then as soon as you get more than one instance of your single module, you want a Discover client, right? Even there. Oh yeah. Look, Bob. See Bob, our friend Bob Brindley. He's just said what we all know, which is Cora Berkeley for. He said Cora Berkeley the best, and I would add that Glenn is also pretty darn great if you ask me.
Indeed. Yes.
So yeah, lots of good stuff. We did it. The keynote was fun, and then I thought, well, we got to keep up that energy, and they did. This whole show has just been one amazing presentation after another.
Deshaun.
Oh yeah.
And it's been amazing this conference. He's done 3 or 4 talks.
Yeah. Love that guy. He did one on nullability, which I liked. That was pretty good. He did
he was with Pranima on stage for
the end-to-end Tanzu platform story, which I loved.
Yeah.
We had Pranima on this very show just a few. She's the busiest of people.
I can imagine.
Because she's all the things that we do on the Tanzu world, everything everything important that's happening, she's, like in charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was really, really nervous about asking if she could be on the show, and she's like, she checked her. It was a Sunday, right? And she said, "Let me check my calendar." It's just like wall to wall. She's like, "Okay, come on, let's do it quick."
Just do it right now.
Right now, yeah. Like, I mean, that was that day, Sunday. It was wall to wall. It was the day before SpringOne. So she was on the show making that case, and you realize there's this incredible through line between our AI efforts and our distributed systems efforts with Spring Cloud and our architecture efforts. All these things have a corresponding. I mean, you and I used to talk about this stuff all the time, right? With the old Pivotal story, which is there's two sides, right? You got 12 factory services for the developer, but that implies a corresponding platform component. And I think there's like a 13th. There could be a similar duality now between AI as a developer consumer and the runtime infrastructure.
Yep.
So having Deshaun and Cora make those cases, and Pranima too, obviously.
Deshaun said, if you ever come to his house and leave hungry, it's your fault.
That's true.
I can attest. I have been to Deshaun's house
and left full.
I did not leave hungry.
No, it's not, because you wouldn't make that mistake. You were warned.
Oh, I knew it was coming without him saying it.
Right.
And I told my wife, if he does not hug you upon first meeting you,
then he's sick.
Yes, something is wrong. And immediately hug. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Spring Cloud coming. That's November. How are we going to get from here to there? What milestone are we on right now? M1?
So we are, M1 was out last month. We will do M2 when Ryan and I get back next week.
Ooh.
So we're a little late with
You heard it here.
Yeah.
This is live, you just told the whole world M2's coming. Wait, that's in the calendar.
It's in the calendar.
It's calendared.spring.io.
Yeah, it's there. So it's coming.
Okay, anything we should be looking forward to?
And this is our first release train with a 1 in the second digit. This is 2025.1.
Why?
Because we released 2025.0 in May.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
First time. And we're not going to plan on doing it again.
Yeah.
But we have this 2025.1 will be a major, 2025.0 is a minor.
Oh. That's interesting. Okay, well, so, but there's just, the work is the same, it's just more evenly distributed, so to speak.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't want to, I mean, is that glued on? How do you keep your hair?
I'm lucky, I guess. So some of the things that I don't know if we ever talked about that are in 2025.0.
Okay, yeah.
Gateway has function and stream integration.
Yeah. Wait. Function, like Spring Cloud Stream and Spring Cloud Function?
Yep. There's a new URI type, FN : function name or
stream. Oh, it invokes
colon.
Lambda?
Yeah.
So it's not just
it invokes a Java util function.
Right.
But then it's plugged into whatever backend, right? Because function is the backend to any number of things, including messaging, Kafka, Rabbit, whatever, or it could be gRPC or whatever, right?
Amazing. Now, is that like instead of using LB : whatever, I would do? Oh,
new
it's
URI
amazing.
Type. Yep.
Is it really loud, everybody? Can you hear us okay? Is that voice noise canceling doing the thing it's supposed to be doing? I hope. We're out in the middle of a very busy,
noisy upstairs.
Very busy convoy here.
Yeah.
Hope we're coming in loud and clear. Yeah, okay, yeah. Wow, yeah. Okay, so that's good. I love Spring Cloud. I was talking to a person at one of these, we have one of these customers that's with us here doing large, I shall not mention who or why, but they were talking about how for them, Spring Cloud Stream was like the thing, right? That was the thing. It's a game changer. It opens up a whole new paradigm for them. I'll tell you after. I'm sure maybe you were there, but if you weren't,
But the ability to do web to messaging is incredible.
Yeah.
Even if it's just fire and forget, right?
Yeah.
That's all we get. Then you can use function for that. But not having to give out connections to random projects, not having to have the port. It's all HTTP, which is typically open on firewalls, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's an adapter, so to speak. Instead of me having to set up a Spring Cloud, Spring integration rather, inbound HTTP adapter, and then injecting a channel and setting off a message, it's just shorthand for that now. Oh,
Yep.
that is so good.
And it can be, and you'd be fairly limited with Spring Cloud Function Web, but with Gateway, it can be, you can set up the route however you want it to look, right?
Yeah.
Whatever path and whatever predicates, all those things. If you want complex things and to be able to route it, you can now use Gateway as a front end.
And so so what? Okay, I see. So the filter is the thing that actually does invocate. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh wow, that does change. I mean, that means a lot of glue code just goes away. I can just delete it with a very small, YAML or the DSLs. You know?
Yep, both. Yeah. So in the DSLs, there is a new, there's a new function that you can call that's FN or stream. You pass it the right string to match.
Okay, sign me up. I think I'm going to use Spring Cloud. I'm actually already, like I said, I'm already using it. That stuff is so good. How are things looking on the nullability front?
We're not there yet.
It's a big project.
Yeah,
that is a big one.
We've been fighting, not fighting. We've been fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Compatibility with Boot 4 and Framework 7 has been a
right.
big deal. So Framework 7 started last year.
Yeah.
Right. And Jurgen's like, as soon as you can possibly try your compatibility builds against it, great. And I told Jurgen, I said, I'll try it in June when there's a Boot 4 compatible with Framework 7. Right.
Well, it's been a long journey for everybody, you know?
Yeah, so I couldn't try it until 6 months
later
after he had but they've been very, very accommodating. They're amazing people. So, they've had 8 milestones, I think, something like that, because it's been so long.
It's a long slog. I mean, these major releases.
For Framework 7, it's a full year of development.
Slogging.
So,
This one's been okay. There's a lot. I mean, it's not been. What people don't appreciate is that, this is, all things being equal, I think much less of an intense run than some of the previous ones. Right? We had
Framework 6 and Boot 3 was huge.
That was monumental. I mean, GraalVM was people don't realize that was just
and
pervasive.
Java 17.
And
Jakarta EE.
Yeah.
So it was
enormous. So this is not nearly so intense.
Yeah, I had to rewrite Eureka.
Oh, you did? The actual server?
To use Jakarta EE, yeah.
Oh, okay, like one does. And that was just one module in one part of Spring Cloud, right? Did you have to get the Netflix team to accept the PR or what?
Oh, absolutely. Because if they wanted to use Spring Boot 3, they needed a Eureka client that was compatible. So that, of course they were going to do it. So I was like, I'll happily do the work for you. And they were like, oh, great.
Thank goodness. Oh, you rewrote Eureka.
Yeah.
That's not a small piece of code either.
So there's now Eureka 2, and it is basically a Jakarta EE upgrade. That's all it is. There used to be a Eureka 2 that was going to be a re-architecture of Eureka, and that is now 2.x archive, and 2.x is just Eureka 1 with Jakarta EE. So binary, compatible, wire.
Did you face any issues or any speed bumps when dealing with the new version of Java or anything like that, or did you keep that in Java 8?
Actually, it's still in Java 8.
Yeah.
The biggest one was, what was it? There was some library that wasn't compatible, and I was like, hey, can we just drop this feature? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay, great. So I just got rid of it.
Oh, good.
I can't remember what it was, but it was not going to be compatible with Jakarta EE for a while. So dropped it. Fun stuff.
This is the nice thing about working in such a nice ecosystem. We have really friendly people that are just all of us are generally trying to build cool things and be nice to each other. And, whenever that can all work, I just love it. But all that to say, that journey that we took 2022, it feels like yesterday, but it was 2022, right? That journey that we all on the Spring team took was years in the making, multiple years. So by the time it was out, I think all of us needed a 6-month vacation. That was but this time
this one is not that.
No, thank goodness,
Yeah.
So okay, the nullability stuff that's coming along. I'm just curious. Bob asks if we're at the Starbucks in the Venetian. No, not quite, but hopefully, is it that loud? I hope not. Sorry, I mean I'm trying to. We're trying to record this, have this conversation. I really want people to get a taste for what's coming in Spring Cloud, and then I've got to take a taxi and get to the airport. That's the thing. So.
Yep.
Anything else we should know? Are you on the? Anything else you want to leave the amazing audience with?
No.
All 120 of you who bothered to turn up without a moment's notice. We went live.
We want your feedback, right? Users, I mean, I don't want to quote Tron or something, but we fight for the users, right?
Right.
The reason we exist is for the users. So
if
you have feedback and want a feature that we have an issue for, go vote up, thumbs up it, so we know. That's how Spring Cloud Gateway WebMVC came about, because it was the #1 requested feature in Gateway.
Yeah.
And then virtual threads came, and can't wait for Java 25. But yeah,
it feels like we do these things, and a lot of times the Java team meets us where we are, and they deliver a thing that makes the thing that we did, which was okay in the first place, even better. And that example, the virtual threads just suddenly making 90% of how people write Java code better was a good example. The Java 8 lambdas making all the single interface callback template methods in Spring just immediately more useful. Man, so good. Good stuff. Hot sauce. That's true. I think it's time for that question. It's the one. Are you on the internet?
I am.
And where do you want to be found? And if so, where can people find you?
I have high-speed internet in my rural home.
Yes.
Awesome.
But where do people find you on that internet? On the grid.
Yes, I am on the
more Tron references.
The blue sky, spencer.gibb.us.
Yeah. So that's at just at spencer.gibb.us. Okay, yeah. You got your own
That's
domain
also
as well.
my blog.
Oh yeah.
Spencer.gibb.us.
I have starbucksman.joshwrong.com.
Yeah.
Blue sky. I love that. The custom DNS. That's
on the
the
platform formerly known as Twitter, I am Spencer B. Gibb.
Not to be confused with the Bee Gees.
Yes, there's. If you want to find a new and interesting music act, go look up Spencer Gibb.
Right.
On just no B on Twitter.
The one with the B is the one you want. That's him. That's our friend here. Spencer, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm gonna go. Bye.
Bye.